Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Look at This podcast.
They gon' rumble, they gon' take your face off. They gon' rumble, they gon' take your face off. They gon' rumble, they gon' take your face off.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. Like in some more in my veins, my culture banging with strange. I change the game, so what's my motherfucking name? What they gonna get though? Desecration, defamation. If you wanna bring it to the masses, face to face, now we escalating. When I have to but boost the asses,
Kick your face
on
off.
ya. Like a dream when I'm rumbling, you're gonna scream, mama. So bring
not
drama to
Castro
the king,
Troy.
Brahma. Punch with extreme mana.
Terramana.
Welcome back to the only pro wrestling podcast that doesn't talk about pro wrestling.
What do we talk about?
We talk about headlocks and hangovers, being thrown over the top rope,
Both feet.
to drinking beers and smoking dope. Every
No
man
feet.
for themselves. Mania main event. It foretells. Welcome to Look at This.
Look at this.
Oh, would you look at this?
Of course, I'm Ro here with my co-host.
Mhm.
I'm a little soft-spoken today. I don't know why, but he's the Rumble to my Royal, the Madison to my O'Doyle, the Mr.
O'Doyles.
Married to my sister.
Hey.
It's Drew.
Hey. You're like the Kevin Patrick to my Corey Graves over here, sounding
yeah.
so soft.
Very soft-spoken.
He's sitting right next to me, and his name is Drew. Welcome, everyone.
What up,
Look at this.
guys?
Another episode here. We got the Rumble. They gonna take our face off
We
edition.
go Rumble. You
They
already
gonna
know.
take our face off.
Yeah, man, it's that time of the year. It's our favorite wrestling show of the year. It's the reason we still watch it. By God.
Easily their best show of the. I mean, WrestleMania is glitz and glam, but this is the reason that we have WrestleMania because
Yeah,
Royal
baby.
Rumble rules.
Yeah, Royal Rumble's the best.
30 competitors with a shot at the title on the line.
Yeah.
Chaos, quick action. What more can you ask for? So what are we going to talk about with the Royal Rumble in mind today, Ro?
We're going to get into, the predictions for the actual, this year's show upcoming. We're going to cover our predictions for that, who we think is winning, who you should put your money on.
Oh, yeah. So we
shit.
got some predictions.
Indeed, and we're also going to cover, classic Rumble moments, some of our favorites, ones that we loved over the years. And also, ones through the years. We've watched a whole shit ton of Rumbles, damn near every single one of them. And there's a whole lot of cliches in them and stereotypes that maybe some need to go. So we'll cover that. We'll also discuss our Royal Rumble drinking game. One we play every single year. One that gets us fucked up, gets us real high.
This is a tried and true drinking game. It's not a
Yeah.
first year coming up with it. This is definitely, you could add this to your stable tomorrow and it's already perfected for you.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Are you drunk?
Maybe later. But,
Working on it.
and then, Drew, the main event, if you will. Something we're somewhat known for, I guess, at this point. We've done 2 volumes of it so far. We're going to give you the third one. Royal Stumble style, maybe. It's going to be time for a look at this. Think or drink.
Trademark.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Ooh, we can't wait to get into that.
Jay Claude, thank you.
Already pretty. And so it'll be fun to do that.
Today,
You ever see that news reporter who, I think she has a stroke, it's not very funny,
What
but
the hell did you just say?
Turd Stegen. That's what you sound like.
You suck!
Dude, we coming out hot.
Yeah, we are. But let's get it started, Drew. We've Royal Rumble, of course. Those that don't know, maybe we can give them a little background for it. It's kind of it starts off the road to WrestleMania, man. So WrestleMania, of course, being WWE's biggest show of the year. It's their Super Bowl, their World Series.
Sure.
And the Royal Rumble.
This is the playoffs.
Basically, Royal Rumble starts off the road to there, where usually takes place every January, where, men's 30-man match every 90 seconds. Someone comes out, goes over the top rope, both feet hitting the floor. That's the way to be eliminated. And final man standing gets the main event match at WrestleMania.
Yep. And what do they get to do at that point, Ro? What's the most important? What's the most important thing about the Royal Rumble? He who points gets points.
Right. Yeah. Usually that's what happens. But it's a big deal every year. It's the most unpredictable match of every year, especially for cynical fucking fans like us. It's one I still, as a 23-year-old, still get excited for every single year. And this year, Drew is going.
As a nearly 100-year-old person, I get very excited about this still. So, big deal over here. A little bit more than 23 years.
Gee, well, you know what? I'm tired of your presence. Dismissed.
Cat Williams, of course, covered him in the last episode, 3,000 books.
I think one of the most important things for me about the Rumble is it's like the least predictable, of the. This is obviously a written show, the average fan who's watching it can see where they're going with things. This gives the most, suspense as to, occasionally you'll get a match like that. Every once in a while you're like, I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
They could go either way. That's the Royal Rumble every year. There's always at least a couple of names that you're like, they could do that. Mm-hmm. So this year, maybe more names than the average. So
can't wait to get into our predictions for that.
That usually makes for a better Rumble when you're even more confused by it. So.
For sure. Definitely.
My first Rumble that I can remember watching would have been
good topic.
I was just thinking, I can picture Hogan in a Rumble and that being a big deal to me. But I don't think I'm a little too, just young enough that I don't think I remember him winning them.
Yeah.
I think I've just seen him in them.
Interesting. The first one I ever got was actually one I had on DVD as a kid, back when that was sort of a thing.
Those DVDs.
Back when that was a thing. Isn't that still crazy as
you can still buy
23-year-old saying that?
Yeah.
I know.
The fact that your technology held up at least to where it's in stores is kind of wild.
Dude, yeah. Royal Rumble 2007, one of my favorite shows of all time. But yeah, that was my first one, man. And
who won that one?
Undertaker. It was a big final two was him and Shawn Michaels. We literally, the final two, and they really haven't done this since, even in a while, at least as long as these guys did, but they had a mini 10-minute match as the final two.
The final two, yeah, it went a long time.
Yeah, it was awesome. There was...
it happens sometimes.
Oh, dude. Man.
I like it better than just... 3 people get eliminated at the same time, kind of thing. You know what's easiest for me sometimes? Mm-hmm. I know you'll feel me on this. Their attires, what they wore that particular Rumble.
Yeah.
If I see a picture of that, I'm like, yeah, that's the one I've seen. I couldn't tell you the year, couldn't tell you this or that, but yeah, I've seen that one because I remember Shawn in silver and white.
I love it!
Over the years, there's now, there's almost, over 35 years, this match has been a thing. This pay-per-view is premium live event has been a thing. Excuse me.
Yeah. And the winner gets to go to WrestleMania and headline the fucking thing. So they're
best gimmick match of all time.
You're basically waiting for an announcement for the biggest match of the year,
right?
From the winner of the Rumble.
Real exciting.
Could be weird this year.
But over the years, Drew, looking back now over the years, cliches are sort of now getting a thing to be in the Royal Rumble, and this sort of ties in a little bit with our drinking game, which will be our next topic. But what are some of your favorite Royal Rumble stereotypes?
The point. The point's the stupidest.
The point,
one to me. The ability to point at the WrestleMania sign, guests, and it's so crazy. So wrestlers will do it before Royal Rumble even starts, because trash talking their opponents, yeah, I'm gonna be the one pointing. It's you're already the one pointing. Stop pointing.
You stupid fucking cunt.
During match, my favorites. I like some of the cliches. The odd couple pairing who team up for a little bit. Right. You get that moment of something as strange as Omos is suddenly friends with the Miz or something, and you're like, oh, look at them, they're buddies. This is cool. And then
Yeah.
somebody's choking somebody out the next minute.
That one's always real fun.
I'm your
Tag team partners to eliminate each other is always fun too. But
Definitely.
I feel like tag team wrestling is really struggling nowadays. Where I don't know if that'll even be a spot this year or not. We shall see. Do you have a couple favorite cliches? Like, what's your number one favorite? Because you watch a lot. Like, you're a
Yeah.
more seasoned vet than I am.
A couple of my favorites, man. I mean, over the years, maybe not necessarily cliches, but I guess spots. I do love a good meeting of the minds spot. Where the bigger wrestler takes the two shitty guys and bumps their fucking heads together.
Yeah.
We don't really see that anymore. That's old school, WWF Golden Era stuff.
Might be a changing of the times. Some people might not like head injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are pussies.
Sorry, yeah. That's funny.
Ugly hermaphrodite.
But yeah,
The Rock is so funny.
he's the best, man. Maybe he shows up in this year's. But
Shut up.
let's get a little
That's a
bit.
prediction. That's not a fact.
Let's get into, Drew, our drinking game that
Let's
people
get
are
into
wanting
it,
to know.
yeah.
So every single year,
Go!
woo wee. Every
You didn't
single
catch it at first, did you? I couldn't do
No.
a good enough doja for you.
every single year
Every single year.
we play the Royal Rumble drinking game. It's basically a lot of the rules that at least look at this. The two of us play. Usually every single usually every single pay-per-view, but it's a little spin on it with the look at this.
Yeah.
With the Royal Rumble, excuse me.
It's a beautiful combination of our normal like wrestling pay-per-view drinking rules kind of, and then the extras that we get from the beauty of a spontaneous match like the Rumble.
So of course, let's just get into like our normal drinks, the ones that aren't real too harsh on you, ones that probably happen a lot, to be honest.
You're gonna be sipping.
So just a little forewarning on those. But
Definitely.
very first rule of look at this is drinking games. It's simple. Every time you hear a simple gug gug gug, which by the way, gug 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 means drink drink drink, but just once. I mean, not 3 times.
Drink.
A drink.
Not the drink. You
But
know
yes.
the rules.
Number
Gug,
one.
gug, gug. Always live by rule number 1. That doesn't
Always.
have to apply to wrestling. It's life.
Yeah, so every time you hear a look at this drink, and then these ones with the look at this is we usually use every single pay-per-view as well. But
These blended very well, didn't they? Yeah.
yeah, the heel turn, face turn.
Ooh, okay.
Every time a bad guy turns good, good guy turns bad. You know what I'm saying?
Equals 1 drink for the house.
Gug gug gug.
Character turn equals a drink. You think we'll see any this year?
I think it's possible, maybe a heel turn. Or, I mean, Damian Priest, maybe dumps out some of his Judgment Day brethren, if you will. You know what I mean?
Know what I'm saying?
Next drink is a return. So whenever a legend or a superstar that we haven't seen in a while comes back onto WWE television in the Royal Rumble match, that is a gug gug gug.
Dude, these are the best. When Hacksaw Jim Duggan comes running out at 86 years old, or freaking Ryback comes out through the crowd and they have to tackle him because he's not the guy that's the legend that's returning.
Yeah.
Or, who's some other just
Can you
big names? Oh, Booker
Listen,
T. He was in it
Drew.
last year?
Come on, man. Come on. I mean, come on, Drew.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Come on, man. The fact that you didn't tell me, Drew.
You know how I know you're not the real Booker, even though you sound just like him?
What?
You used more than 7 different words in a sentence.
Now can you dig that? Sucker.
I like it. Okay, so we're talking
Returns.
legends return, or just returns in general. So injury returns,
Yeah, definitely.
legend returns.
I'm glad you said that. So
Yeah.
yeah, just someone we haven't seen on our television.
Oh,
in a
they're
while.
back. If the commentator's
Yeah.
saying they're back,
Huh?
you
Can
drinking.
it be?
And that's a 1 drinker?
Gug gug
Just
gug.
a gug?
Indeed.
1 gug?
One gug. And then
What if my gug is different than someone else's gug?
well, if the gug is good for the goose, it's good for the gug.
Can I show you my gug? I feel like I need a quick judgment. Hold on. Check out this. I got a French toast stout right here. See if this is a good enough gug for the rules. Just for the people to know. Listen
For
to my
sure.
gug, people. Look at this. Ugh. You like the gug?
Perfect.
I tried to let out a gug to let you know how good of a gug is. Yes!
That was perfect.
That's a drink approved right there, people.
Yeah.
Learn from the best.
Nailed it. Moving
Okay.
on, so
Okay.
people coming back or someone debuting.
Okay.
Someone that we've never seen on WWE television, making their presence known. This happened, very famously in the 2016 Rumble with AJ Styles making his debut there. Possibly it is Jade Cargill this year.
Okay. She
So
could
someone
be.
debuting.
She has been on WWE television, but no matches. So we're
Indeed.
talking. Yeah. Okay.
That
Okay.
would- that
I think
would
that's
count as a
fair.
debut.
Sure.
I
I was thinking more like Matt Cardona or somebody. Like, is that a debut? Or is that a
no,
return?
that's a return.
Ooh, okay. Well, either way. You
Which I'm-
drink, you
yeah.
gug. You see a Cardona, you gug.
Next one is it's a real recent drink, if you will, like a new rule that has been implemented in the new, past few years, but it's a NXT call-up.
Motherfucker said implemented.
Implemented.
I know.
Excuse
That was
me.
a good one.
Cut
That's
that.
okay, so NXT. We're not cutting shit. That was perfectly fine.
Okay.
I want people to know you said implemented.
Implemented.
Implanted. He implanted it.
But yeah,
One
so
more time,
someone,
the rule.
someone coming up from NXT. NXT, of course, being their
call-up.
their developmental system. So
It's their best show.
yeah, whenever Royal Rumble season comes around, that's
You heard
sometimes
that, folks.
where
He said, yeah. He agreed.
yeah. Wait, what did you say?
You can listen back to it in post.
Oh God.
Okay. So an NXT call up, like you said, that's their developmental. That's their Wednesday night show.
Mhm.
Nope, that's their Tuesday night show. And
Boom.
we could very well see a couple of these this year. This could be a gug gug.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Could be a gug gug gug.
In recent years since NXT, they usually try to promote and feature some up and coming stars in the match because usually has a lot of eyes on it.
And real talk with the women's, there are 30 women that work on like WWE, but you start taking them out for the championship matches. If anyone's got a tag team match that night, it's tough to get 30 women like into the Rumble. So a lot of times they will call a couple NXT and like they said, they want to give them a moment to shine.
Yeah.
It's not just because they can't find the numbers. It's they just this person's been on TV a bunch. Give somebody else the spot type shit. So
And I'm glad you said that. I don't think we've mentioned they do women's rumbles now. It's a very recent thing. Maybe some people don't know.
5 years now or so, right? 4
It
or 5?
yes, but maybe if you're outside of the wrestling bubble.
Okay, yeah. If you just grew up watching wrestling and haven't seen it,
and
in
you're
years,
like, what chicks
there
do
are
it
2
now?
Rumbles each Royal
You're
Rumble.
like,
But you're like everybody in the collective.
yeah. So now the ladies get to do it as well. And I'll be honest, they've stole the show a couple years that they've had it. So
They're just as good as the men's Rumble.
Especially-
there's
ve-
no
just
fall
as
off.
exciting,
It's
and-
2 equally exciting, awesome matches.
and these drinks apply for both. All
Sure.
all the same stereotypes and everything applies to both. They all happen.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one, Drew. This one, this is our sort of in the same vein as look at this. Anytime you hear this is throughout the show as well. I'm putting this on because they play a lot of video packages that say this, say these next few.
Yeah, the whole show
Statements
seems
as
like
well.
it could be a little cruel. As a fan, I know exactly
yeah.
where you're going, and this is the one they do the most.
The
in my
most.
opinion.
This is the one that you guys are gonna probably get fucked over.
You get
on
hit over
and
the
get
head
fucked
with
up.
it the whole fucking show.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Are
lot.
you drunk?
This is
Recited in my
every
sleep.
time they say the following statements. Over the top rope.
To be eliminated, both feet
hitting
must touch
the floor.
or hit the floor. There you go. They say
both
it both
feet
ways.
hitting the floor. And I'm throwing this one in there, Drew. The third one. It's like the lesser of the one, I think. Every man for themselves or every woman for themselves. Whenever they say those following things. So over the top rope, both feet hitting the floor, or every man / woman for themselves.
It's literally it's not like a look at this crutch. They don't realize they're doing it or something. Every single person who talks eventually just gets back to, and
The
you
rules.
know that they have to go over the top rope
Yeah.
and both feet. Like everybody says it like
Go,
that.
go, go.
Both feet. Bitch, who thinks 1 foot is going to do it? Like after
It's
an
the
hour into the
rules.
show, we get it. We get it.
Well, of course,
But
the
they don't
president
think
was
you get
set in the Royal Rumble match in 1995.
4, 5.
I
Shawn?
was gonna guess Shawn Michaels.
Brett.
And this is perfect lead into the next drink. Skins the cat.
You love this one. It is a cliche for sure. I'm okay with it as a drinking rule, but I
yeah.
think we'll only see like over under 3.
Over.
Whew!
They
I
do
said
it a
that
lot.
is easy under. We're
Yeah.
gonna see 2.
For those of you that don't know, skinning the cat, it's a spot and a maneuver in wrestling where someone gets dumped over the top rope. Gug, 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 by the way. And they grab onto the top rope, and, they let their feet dangle and, sort of act like they're going outside to the ring, and then sort of do a sit-up and pull their whole body weight back up and into the ring. Shawn Michaels is, I would say, the most famous skinning the cat of them all. But we see it a whole lot.
It's so common that it's hard to call who's the king of it now. But yes, skins the cat equals a drink.
Yeah, so whenever someone skins the cat, gug, gug, gug. And then, next one, Drew, you kind of covered this one. Next, just a solid drink. Whenever a tag team turns on each other, like you said, it is every man for themselves, gug, gug, gug. And, usually we see some sort of alliances form in the match to have some sort of advantage. But whenever, this spot is real famous, the tag team will dump a person out and eliminate them, and then one of the partners will sneak behind them very sly and sneakily and dump them out. That is a turn, and that is a drink. Gug, gug, gug.
It plays right off of the one that you had mentioned before of every man for them. It's literally hand in hand with that.
Yeah.
They're going to play off of that. It's clever to eliminate one of the teammates, and then the commentator gets to go, well, I mean, it is every man for themselves, so you got to do what you got to do.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah, tag team. And they're not really turning on each other like as if it's not the breakup of a tag
For
team.
sure.
But in the moment, like we said, every man for themselves. Gug, gug, gug,
Gug,
gug.
gug, gug.
Are you drunk?
Yeah, so the final drink, just in the drink category of our drinking game, our simple gug, 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 is the point to the WrestleMania sign. So every Royal Rumble, that's when they start to put up a WrestleMania sign promoting, of course, the event that happens and, usually
Because we're
early
on the
April.
road to
It's
it.
the start of the road to WrestleMania. And to be honest, I don't know if that should count as a drink, by the way, the road to WrestleMania. Because they say that a fuck ton, too.
I'm willing to let it pass. I think we
Yeah.
got better ones here.
I agree.
More prevalent.
I agree. I agree. But God, I'm so lost now.
You're good. We were talking about the point.
Did I say the WrestleMania sign? Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So yeah, once the Royal Rumble happens, that's when they put up the WrestleMania sign promoting the event that happens in early April. And of course, every superstar, it's sort of a thing now. They point. That's where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
That
You can find me.
Yeah, I'm going to WrestleMania.
All roads point to it.
But they do it a whole lot, and to be honest with you, Drew, we
Ain't nobody got time for that.
anymore because they do it a whole hell of a lot. So
It's one of my least favorites. Overused.
Mhm.
Literally in the middle of the match, they'll be like facing each other, and there's like, yeah, this is my moment to do it. Oh, well, now it's my moment to do it. Now,
and
fuck the point. But wait, think of this: all roads point to WrestleMania.
it's pretty good, man. That's it.
I don't know. That's,
Okay.
it took me a minute to come up with it. I needed a minute to react.
So yeah, whenever they point to it, and
I'm
usually
not a smart man.
yeah, you usually definitely get one. Of course, when the match is over.
The important
winner.
one is who wins. The fireworks are going off. That's when they do the one that you're supposed to do.
It's the big camera shot. It's the headline.
Unfortunately, you're going to see a jobber do it about 13 seconds into this fucking match. So that's why there's drinks to it.
For sure. Yeah. But yeah, so moving on to our next portion of...
Those are dink dank dunks right there.
Yeah, those are just simple drinks. Those are, one-pointers, if you will. Moving on to the next one. These ones get a little more tricky.
Spicy.
These are finisher drinks. So only a couple here, but it's just ones that usually happen. It's Royal Rumble specific this time. So finish your drink. I have if your pick is eliminated. So
Okay.
the person that you believe will win the match. If they get eliminated, once they're eliminated, you have to finish whatever you're drinking.
Little strategy maybe to be played with this one, perhaps. If you're a total pussy, you would
Indeed.
like to have your cup not insanely full when your guy's in the ring. At least, like once your guy gets to the ring, you better start drinking so you're not having to chug that motherfucker. We're talking. You pick a winner before the match, and when they get eliminated, so does your drink.
Right, yeah, for sure. And then the second one I have here, the last one, honestly, Drew, is the Kofi Kingston spot. If Kofi Kingston has been famous over the years for, his famous saves, and also, recently his famous fails.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, indeed. But, whenever Kofi comes out and does his little spot, you got to finish your drink as well as a little honor to him.
Okay, well, we have some stipulations to this one, though, because like you said, he's had some flubs over the past few years where he goes for a very extravagant spot, rescue, a save, and it's been too hard to pull off. We are playing a game with gravity here where, if we're fighting his feet to... The first year he ever did any of these saves was just a handstand, which I'm not saying isn't skill, but for him, he could have done a handstand from the back to the ring. He's built, obviously, from there. It's gotten bigger and bigger. Well, unfortunately, that leaves room for failure. And I gotta say, I've been way too harsh on Kofi the past couple of weeks. I like New Day a lot. I just feel like the WWE is tired of them. So I almost am rooting for them not to just have to. I don't know. That's the only reason I've been at all down on them is I'm just down on their booking.
You want better for them.
Yeah. So I hope Kofi fucking nails this spot because, like we were saying, I think just last year we saw him mess one up. The year before that was the KO, pushed him off the top turnbuckle, and he was supposed to land on the guardrail.
No!
Which is just absurd to try.
Yeah.
And he came really close. And every time WWE, they know it's coming, obviously, and they give him the respect to try to look at the footage before they call it, you know. But they're really good about it. They're not. At least they've never been like, "Oh, he's still in it. He's still in it," and you can clearly see his feet hit. If his feet hit, they say, "Nah, it just didn't work. Move on."
Yeah.
Send Brock Lesnar. But so I think personally, with the Kofi spot, we should be talking if it succeeds, finish your drink.
Sure.
If Kofi gets his save spot.
Uh-huh.
And you'll know the crowd will go crazy this year. If he nails it this year after 2 years in a row of fucking it up, they're going to go wild.
And can I be honest with you? I feel like he's been practicing. And can I be
You're
honest
talking about practice.
I don't know why I almost died. It was so funny.
Boy, been practicing.
But I'll tell you what, though. I can guarantee you that this man has been practicing this spot for the past 364 days, this man will be practicing his Kofi spot.
Fair enough. And it's probably a little simpler than the past couple years.
And I've even had the thing where I've told you, I think it's been long enough. It's been over 10 years now where they could go back and do an old school Kofi spot, like the very first one where he did the handstand. And I think it would get a reaction.
Pay homage. Yeah.
Pulling one out from his famous playbook.
Yeah.
The handstand, like he did the very first time.
I wouldn't like it
Look
as
at
much
this.
as... Because you can tell he likes originating that shit, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing is, I don't think that's what he wants. He clearly, by the fact that, like I said, the past 2 years have been absurd attempts. Last year's looked like it got him hurt. It didn't look like it had any chance of landing. I hope he nails it this year. He really deserves it. But if he does not... I think that's a shot. I think this one falls into multiple categories right here. You got to take a shot if Kofi doesn't make his save. You finish your drink if Kofi does. So either way, you get fucked up from Kofi.
Indeed.
Thank Kofi for your drinking.
Taking a shot leads right into, speaking of that, Drew, leads right into the final part of our drinking game.
Yeah. The
toughest
So
one.
we did finishers there. These would be like our signatures right here. We take signature shots.
Yes, where these are kind of out of the blue, wild things that may happen. And of course, they can change from pay-per-view to pay-per-view. For the Royal Rumble, though, here, Drew, I have a couple specific ones. You want to hear them?
Yeah, I have a feeling I know at least what the big one is.
It's one we've done for the past 2 years now.
Yeah, it comes up a lot.
This is if The Rock shows up in the Royal Rumble match. Take a shot.
That's a shot right there. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what if I was just drinking beer? I don't really... It doesn't matter if you were only drinking beer. You pour a shot for The Rock.
An ugly hermaphrodite.
So if Rock comes back, that is a shotski.
Yep.
Other two names here
Yep.
I have, though, Drew, for a shotski.
Brock? I have to drink when Brock's undoubtedly in this? Are you kidding me? We did not. This was not approved. This is not an approved Brock Lesnar shot right here. He's gonna be in it. He might win it.
I don't think it's that.
I bet you he wins.
Possible.
Okay, I don't bet you he wins, but he could.
So yeah,
Brock Lesnar.
Brocky Maivia showing
Yeah,
up.
big
from,
Brock.
From Rocky Maivia to Brocky Maivia.
Brock Mountain.
Brock Lesnar showing up.
What's better, Broke Brock Mountain or Brock Broke Mountain?
Broke Brock Mountain.
Broke Brock Mountain.
Yeah. Broke Brock Lesnar. So yeah, Brock Lesnar, the Cowboy, shows up. What you think?
He's gonna be in it, so I'm gonna be doing a shot. Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar is not missing the playoffs
I don't know,
of
man.
before the Super Bowl
Sure.
because it's gonna create a feud, and Brock Lesnar will fight somebody at WrestleMania, whoever eliminates him.
Well, then, Drew, from a name that you may think very confidently so will be in the Rumble to a name that I don't think you may think is. Final one, Shotski to take, is Jade Cargill showing up. What do you think?
This guy just wants to get fucked up. I'm over here ready to predict some crazy shit, like The Rock and shit. You
Yeah.
talking about Jade Cargill? I hope that happens, to be completely honest. But
Yeah.
I think we'll see her. So yeah, a shot for Jade. I'm okay in that one. You did not pass the Brock one past me, but I'm a very agreeable co-host. But I got one for you then.
Cool.
I want a shot if Big E shows up.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that would be.
For those unaware, Big E injured about a year and a half, year and some months ago, year and some change.
The man, yeah.
If we hear, oh, don't you dare be sour, clap your hands. For
Yeah, that would be.
the long, I mean, I don't even know what he says
Yeah.
anymore. He might come up with a new one. What if he's part of the Kofi save?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Kofi's flying off. We haven't seen him, and then they do that angle
He's
where you
under the
can't see
apron
him.
or something, yeah.
No, he catches Kofi
Yeah.
out of midair. Big E's there for him, and then he just throws him back in, dude. That'd be
Place
great.
would
Y'all
go
wanna go big?
crazy.
Give me a hell yeah!
That would
So
be
yeah,
awesome.
Big E would be my shot for a return.
Cool.
If we're doing a shot for a return.
Another one, Drew, I think a record-breaking performance deserves a shot. So whether that be time spent in the Rumble, which they did last year, so I doubt that happens, or most eliminations, shortest elimination, anything of that matter, I think is a shot ski.
For life.
Man, I hope they don't catch it in time because I'm already predicting personally. I mean, the amount of drinks is insane, but shots
It's
wise,
the drinking game.
looking at these, we've got 4 possibility of shots. I think 2 of them happen,
Interesting. So,
and I think a third could if Big E's able to do anything. I think he's there.
well, if all those things happen, we'll be dead. So, but yeah, dude, that's our drinking game. Look at this drinking game. What do you?
That's the
Yay.
modified Royal Rumble version for you this time. So
Yeah, every
a lot of
pay-per-view.
those are, very playable at any time, but this is just perfected and
Yeah.
modified right to the current pay-per-view.
Sounds good. Well, Drew,
We're really good at this. We're really good at drinking and wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I
That's
look
our
at it on
thing.
paper right now and I'm like, damn, this is when people put out on Instagram oh, Game of Thrones drinking
Drinking
rules, and you're
games,
like,
yeah.
damn, who thinks of these? This is who's thinking of these. The people who actually know.
Go ahead and get into our predictions for this year's show. Let's just predict.
Hard year. I still haven't locked them in. So
I know it's gonna. I'm interested to hear your picks for this. Let's
I'm
start
about
with
to tear the
the.
notes up.
Let's start with the women's rumble.
Okay. So for the Women's Rumble, we've got our champions right now, who I'm guessing won't be in it,
Rhea Ripley
and Io Sky.
and Io Sky, yes. And I will. I'll also pull up betting odds. as
Most
well to run
years,
through those.
the champions aren't in the Royal Rumble. Every once in a while, there'll be a weird stipulation where they're defending it in the Rumble or something. I don't see that happening. So there's 2 people out of it. favorites without looking at a computer, just watching the show, you have to think Bailey, Becky. Bow Wow, that's about it. Maybe
Bow
Jade.
Wow.
Maybe
Lil
Jade.
Bow Wow? You think Lil Bow Wow's
His
gonna win?
name's Shad nowadays. He's just Bow Wow. There's no Lil. Dog's ass.
Sarate.
But yeah, dude, I agree with all those.
I got 3 names there, and I think if you can legitimately see 3 people winning, that's a pretty good Rumble year.
Yeah.
But with the men's this year, it's so over. Like there's more than that. So I'll be anxious to see what they do with the women's here. I personally would lean towards I think Bailey will win, but my heart says Becky wins.
Okay. I like those heart and
Yeah, I can't see them sliding anybody, like elevating anyone.
cool.
I don't see them elevating anyone. They've got their class of women.
Yeah, they do.
Their big 5 women
Stacked.
is very stacked.
So yeah, those are solid picks, Drew. I'm with you a little bit there. Who I think is going to win the Rumble? I think Becky Lynch is going to win the Rumble.
Okay.
For a couple
Let's go.
reasons. I think Rhea, and she's going to challenge Rhea at WrestleMania. I think that Rhea's title reign has been such a big deal now that they want to feature that Royal Rumble winner on Raw. And maybe a little spoiler into my other pick for the men's Rumble, but I think that the winner of that will be on SmackDown. So I think they want to separate the winners of the men's and women's, one on each brand. And I do think
Smart.
Rhea Ripley has been, the outstanding champion with a great reign. She's very over, and I think that's a dream match for a lot of people at WrestleMania. Becky and Rhea Ripley. So Becky is who I think is going to win. Who I want to win is, of course, my favorite, probably favorite wrestler, man or woman's, to be honest. I want Bianca Belair to win this goddamn thing. Could win this as well, not just what my heart wants, but I think she could win this as well. Take the match against Bayley, a former rival. They've had the rivalry in the past, and Bianca so far has had the streak of wrestling the 4 horsewomen at WrestleMania with Sasha and Becky the previous years, undefeated as well. So I think she continues that streak, picks the title back up. I think Bayley could win that title from Io. I think the breakup could happen anytime in between there. I think she could. I think Bayley could win that title back at Elimination Chamber, maybe. Gets the title back, and then Bianca chooses her. But, I mean, fuck, dude. Bianca winning it and challenging Rhea Ripley even? Fuck, give me that.
Yeah, they've had matches before, but it's been a long time now where before either was in the position that they are.
For sure, and if you remember, man, the final 2 of a Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble that Bianca won.
Yeah, some controversy on that
year.
one.
Well, yes, indeed. They can play. They can pull from that. And
Yep.
I would love that. That would be an awesome match. I love me some
Bianca's
Bianca
feet
Belair.
may have touched when she skinned the cat. She's not a 5'2" woman, so
No.
she's got to really hold the knees up. That's my favorite thing of the women's ones when they skin the cat, or like just in general when they're hanging over the rope and they're selling like, oh, I'm dangling. They're still like 2 feet up, like Selena Vega and like the shorter women. They're still so far from the from hitting the floor. I almost wish they did it from the second rope. I think that'd be really funny. Like maybe not. Maybe you don't want to make it funny, but like they get their hands get knocked off and they catch the second rope somehow, and they're still holding on. Like I think that would be a cool spot. So I wonder if they could pull that off at some time.
I think that would be as well. And I'll just say, Drew, I always love when women skin the cat.
Bitch, I'm a dog.
I'm not a burger.
Yeah, I need you to cool it off a little bit over there.
So yeah, those are my picks for the Rumble.
I love it. Okay, how about for the men's? Do you have a winner? Because like we've talked about, I could name 5 names that I would not be shocked if they won.
Yeah, man.
How many years can you say that? We've bet, just for the listeners out there, you lookers, we've bet on, this is so pathetic to admit out loud, we've literally bet money on the Royal Rumbles before.
It's the funnest thing to bet on.
But we fucking hit most. I mean,
Every-
2 years ago
yeah.
we hit men's and women's in the
And
same
that was
day
a
for
big
like
payday.
hundreds of dollars. Like
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't bet. We're not over here betting thousands of dollars.
They
on
only
the Royal
had,
Rumble, but
and they have a $25
you-
max.
It's-
they can't. They
yeah,
don't let
they're
you
not
go.
letting you make
Yeah.
unlimited money.
Right, they're not letting you bet.
But no, 2 years. Was it 2 years ago or 3 that we
I think
hit
2 years ago we nailed
Charlotte
it.
and Brock?
Brock, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the betting odds, though, Drew, before we get into the men's match, let's get into the betting odds of the ladies. So right now the favorite is Bailey. Your pick at plus 150,
That's pick with my brain. I don't love it as with my heart.
and then right behind her is Becky Lynch with plus 200.
Well,
So
we can agree those are the two
those are the two favorites.
most likely.
And,
Who is third? This is very interesting to me.
And it's going to be very interesting to you.
It's Jade.
It's Jade Cargill at plus 250.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I see no way that she wins this. She may get one of those I eliminate 11 people, I'm that bitch moments, but again, this is just quickly gonna gonna run you through the women's division right this second. We've got Asuka,
That's ahead
Bayley,
of all those people. Yeah.
Becky, Rhea, Bianca, Io. My
But-
problem with pushing her immediately to Rumble winner in her first match, I feel like the division is just a little too stacked to do that.
Yeah.
It's unfair to the ones putting in the work.
I agree. I do agree with that. It's just
So-
I am shocked with that placement as well. Fourth one,
I think
Drew.
that's a sucker's bet.
Yeah, I agree. Next one, is this a sucker's bet for plus 350? You want to try to guess this?
Mercedes Moné.
Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Plus 350.
I think that's less of a sucker bet than the Jade.
That's insane. She's not contracted with.
She's probably not going to be in it, but if she was, that's a 4 horseman former Grand Slam champion of women's division. She has every right to walk right in and win, where Jade doesn't.
Dude, that would be big if she.
In
came
an
back
old
and
school
won.
wrestling locker room, I think the return of Sasha, other stars will accept that easier than the debut of Jade.
And I'll tell you what, Sasha winning, and you sort of fill her in with my Bianca fantasy book. I was saying Sasha Bailey at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
5
best friends.
years, yeah, removed from the match at the best women's match I've ever seen at NXT Takeover Brooklyn. So
Hell yeah.
that would be amazing to see that at WrestleMania. I think the crowd would go crazy if she came back. So right behind her is my pick, plus 400. Bianca Belair is plus 400, buddy. Is that a sucker's bet? Cause call me a sucker.
It's
Booker.
better than Jade. It's gotta statistically be better than Sasha.
I think so too. So I don't know. I'm loving Bianca at plus 400. Do I think it's gonna happen? Not really.
But I mean, it's more likely than Sasha.
But I cheer
I'm
for
with you on
her
that.
almost more than any wrestler. So, like, she's the one I still feel like a kid about. Like, I still cheer for her no matter what. So,
That's easy. I can't believe the 2 names you said before that with her not. To be completely honest, if I was making these odds, she'd be above Jade.
I think so
It
too.
would go Bailey, Becky, Nia, Bianca, Sasha, Jade.
Oof.
That
Yeah.
would be if I was personally just putting them in most likely to happen, and I know some of those aren't that likely. Like I said, we've made a drop.
So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the men's, man.
That was way more interesting than I expected. Like I said, the men's, to me, you're going to get to the 6th name of the odds there, and I'm going to say, yeah, could happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Where I thought we were going to stop earlier on the women. So kudos to this Rumble already for
I know that those names
way
are
more likable names. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited, bro. So let's get on to the men's predictions. Let's do our predictions
Okay.
first.
Start us off.
Okay, I'll just say who I think is going to win, and then of course who I want to win, like we did before. I think that's
Brain and
perfect.
heart. Yeah. No dick pics.
Again, like you said, man, a lot of ways they can go with this. Very interesting stories they can tell. A very interesting news article breaking today. Seth Rollins, the current champion that was one of these winners was going to choose to face at WrestleMania or Roman, but suffered a pretty gnarly injury. It seems that's going to be out for a while. So I think it changes a whole lot of the dynamics to this a whole lot, man. Because originally I would tell you like I'm pretty solid on my think and favorite, but right now I think it's even more fucking unpredictable than it was. I do believe he's going to finish the story. They haven't done a back-to-back winner in a while. I think Cody winning back-to-back and wanting to challenge Roman is what I think is going to happen at this point. Just because, I'll tell you what, 8 hours ago, I would have told you CM Punk is who I think is going to win this match.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Fast-changing business.
Card
Man
subject
didn't work
to
there
change.
3 weeks ago. The man was the favorite to win the Rumble this morning, and now it looks like that plan's going to be scrapped. Possibly.
So yeah, I think that's who I'm going with brain-wise. Finishes his story and beats Roman Reigns.
So
at
say his name. I
WrestleMania.
don't know if you ever did.
Cody Rhodes.
There
Excuse
you
me.
go.
Yes.
Something,
you're right.
something, Cody Rhodes.
No. You're
Threw
right.
it all against the wall and leave.
And
I just make up my own words. That song every single time. I have the indistinct, uncanny ability to hear these theme songs over and over and over again, watch wrestling every single week, and I never catch what any of the words are. So
I'm pretty good at catching them.
you always know them, and so do every other wrestling fan apparently, because that's what they do is they sing these songs.
right?
So you got your brain prediction.
I'm gonna be honest, buddy. Who I want to win this thing is one person and one person alone.
Roman.
The Rock's ass!
Dwayne Johnson coming out, how I'm seeing it in my head, the last man, number 30, who is it gonna be? 4, 3, 2, 1.
Penis in Uranus!
Okay.
If you smell, Rock comes out and layeth the smackdown on some candy asses. Tosses them all out, does his point, takes on his cousin at WrestleMania for the head of the table. Let's go.
I wouldn't have thought it possible until the Seth Rollins injury.
You
Which,
stupid fucking
By the way,
cunt.
we didn't mention, I think it's like MCL
Yeah,
tear
it's serious.
and stuff. Well, I mean, that is less than the ACL and shit
Okay.
like that.
I don't know a
um,
whole lot about it, but
So I don't have any perfect reference to this. I'm just a sports fan for years and years and years and years. Like, for example, Nick Chubb partially tore his MCL last year, missed 4 weeks and came back. He had 98 yards in the first week back. That's pretty crazy. But this is a full tear, they said, which I've also heard with some of these muscles, especially the ACL, it's better to completely tear it than to partially tear it.
really.
I don't know what makes the difference, if they're talking about the cadaver, because sometimes they take the muscle from a dead body and put it in them. And sometimes they just literally they remove it. Some people don't have ACLs anymore if you tear it. Like apparently you can live without it or something. Shit, DeJuan Blair played in 8 seasons in the NBA. He didn't have an ACL in either knee. I don't know if you know who DeJuan Blair is. It used to blow my mind because he's only like 6'8" and he played power forward. I'm like, how the fuck is this guy in the NBA?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Juan Blair, long time looker.
So yeah, dude, I want The Rock to come back. I think it would be awesome. I would pop insanely hard, and it would be a shot. So let's go, buddy.
You've picked The Rock with your cock. You're thinking with your cock. Thinking with The Rock here. He has no reason to win. He does not need it to be in that match.
It's what I want. God damn it!
It's still real to me, damn it! You fucking mark!
If I'm with you, I started this and fucking forgot what I was talking about. The Rollins thing makes this possible because maybe they scrap what they had
Right.
working and they switch to Rock, you work that night.
True.
Where instead it was just going to be winner is in the 3-way with, The Rock comes out after and says, I am the head of the whatever he does.
Woo, man, it's exciting.
It's possible now, at least.
It's exciting talking about it.
I'm with you. I thought Punk was winning this thing regardless. Okay, so
What say you?
I'll pick
man?
with
No,
my
go ahead.
heart first because I don't even know who I'm locked in on to this moment. So with my heart, I would want Drew McIntyre to win or Jey Uso.
Whoa,
Those would be my 2 picks if I was picking with my heart.
that's cool.
I love Jay surprising everyone. I'm the head of the table, and then you could invite Rock in too, so you get
in its corner.
Rock versus triple threat. Rock versus Jey Uso versus Roman.
Okay. Yeah.
The bloodline. I don't even.
Hello,
Maybe Solo
Benjamin.
gets. Oh my God, dude! Never mind. I take that
Fatal
back. I want
four.
Solo to win.
Solo.
I
winning
want
would be
Solo to
cool.
challenge Roman at WrestleMania.
Solo entering the Royal Rumble, sort of behind the back of Roman and the bloodline, not really telling them, and winning that thing. That would be a very special sight. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, man, and I want Gunther to win too. I don't know how many winners I'm allowed to pick. I'm gonna pick. Okay, my final four. I want Jey Uso, Solo, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre.
Those are good.
Unfortunately, that won't be it. But
Yeah, it's neither of the
no,
favorites, so
no.
that's interesting. But
and I want Sammy to eliminate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
done predicting. But with my brain, which isn't working very well right now, I'll still go Punk. I'll find a
Okay.
way for them to work that. So there's a chance that Seth vacates the title and they create some sort of new way of we crown a new champion at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
So your winner of your Rumble still could be anyone other than Cody, and Cody I don't want to say automatically gets to challenge Roman, but he brings up Roman, you don't have a WrestleMania
For
opponent.
sure.
And as far as I can tell, I'm the closest to come, blah blah blah. Maybe it sounds lame right now, but maybe they can make it work with Paul Heyman. He's better than me.
But yes, agree with all that, man. Let's get into some of the betting odds for the dudes.
Sure.
The favorite right now, man, the only one so far that you wouldn't make money off of betting off of this is CM Punk still at -200.
Damn, it's went the other way. I just inside info here. Look at this. We do our research around here, and we looked earlier today, and it was -120 or 40.
Yeah,
Which means the odds have went more in Punk's favor to
'cause people
win
have been betting
today.
it.
Yeah, the line is moved. So all it really means is that they've been betting that way, but I thought with the news, people would start betting the other way.
It's funny. This one's not really listed. The names, at least, aren't listed in order like the other ones are. Like odds wise, but
Yeah.
I will.
You
read
can
them
put it in
odds-wise,
order for
yeah.
us. Sure.
Right behind him at I guess not right behind him because you would still make money off of this pick. Plus 275 is Adrenaline in My Soul something Cody Rhodes at plus 275.
So to
I think that's a
compare,
fucking solid ass bet right there, man.
you had Becky, I believe, at plus 220. This is plus two.
Becky was at plus 200.
Just 200. Okay.
Right.
And this is plus 275, which to the layman out there who doesn't gamble, that's if you
Yes,
bet $100, that's how much you would make. So the plus 150s, plus 250s, that's, you bet $100, you would make that amount that I just said.
Mhm.
And if it's minus odds, that's how much you have to bet to make $100 of
Right.
profit. So like right this second, Punk was minus 200.
Indeed.
That means if you bet $200 on Punk to win, you would receive $300 back because you would make $100, and obviously you get your bet back. But
Yeah.
so yeah, minus 200 is a large favorite from what we've seen in previous years of Royal Rumble
Oh
odds.
yeah, and I'm hitting that all day, baby. Let's go.
You're in on the minus 200, or you're in on Cody? You mean?
Yeah, I'm in on Cody 100, dude. Cody plus 2 fucking 75. Give me that all day. Dude. Like for real.
So for example, if they let you bet, if it really was only $25 odds,
I'm betting 25.
Let's see. So you said plus 275.
Yeah.
What's half of 275? One.
I mean, I can do it real quick
I
on the
got you.
site.
185. No. Shit. 185.
25 would win you $68.
25 wins you about
75 cents.
68. Okay. So yeah, if that was your max bet, $70 if you're a big believer that Cody Rhodes is winning that thing.
Yeah, I think
Not
that's
bad.
possible, man. So
Triple your money basically.
and then there's this one's crazy, man.
I mean,
What?
I have to imagine the next betting odds is The Rock, but that's no.
Nah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No, don't.
Poker face you there, but yeah, dude. This next one I don't. It's really crazy. Would be awesome. You named
Stone
him
Cold.
earlier. Plus 300, Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General.
To be completely honest, that might be like my dream of actual, but it's heel versus heel, and they're not going to do that at WrestleMania. So it has no chance with Roman, which is the match I want. I want Roman slapping the shit out of, I want Gunther slapping the shit out of Roman. And
Yeah.
I want Roman showing us his best fucking offense.
Dude, that would be awesome.
But it's very unrealistic. So to me, I think that's a fool's bet. That might be the fool's bet of this.
Interesting.
When you could have Cody at plus 275, but you're going to take Gunther at plus 300.
Yeah. After Gunther, man, plus 450. Very up and coming star. Had a great year, an amazing year. And a lot of due is credit to him. And I think the place would go nuts if this man won. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Plus 450. What say you?
I think that is a much better bet than Gunther. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Babyface. History with Roman. Got screwed. Super over. Yeah, who are you asking me overall will have the better wrestling career, blah, blah, blah. All that kind of stuff is a totally different question. But we're asking who could win who mathematically and business-wise could win. I mean, I think LA Knight, that is a better bet than Gunther. I don't hate it at all. It's okay. I mean, I'd rather have the Cody at plus 275.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I think like, for example, if you were willing to throw a few bucks out and you place 25 on each guy, it might not be the business-wise best move. You're only winning 18-ish bucks then if you bet on if Cody hit, then you're only plus about 18 bucks.
Damn it, that sucks.
But I think you're getting, you got some good value of you could very well win this. It could be either of those guys. So that concludes some odds for the winners of our Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into the main event. Let's get into what everything clicked in for. Well, let's get into what the title of this episode is. Let's get into Think or Drink Volume 3, Royal Stumble Edition.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Are you drunk?
Knocked your spinner belt off the wall there.
Are you
Sorry.
drunk? Are you
Try
drunk?
to spin it. Jaquan gives me crunk.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Where, if you're not familiar, of course, this is the vintage look at this game. Where, of course, Drew and I go back and forth, asking each other various trivia questions, usually themed. Of course, this time it's going to be Royal Rumble themed because it's right around the corner. If you get the question wrong, gug.
Gug.
You got to drink.
You know it.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
And if you get the question right, the person that asks you the question will go ahead and gug, drink. But yeah, it's the world famous look at this game. We've been drinking throughout this episode, so if you are not familiar with it, get strapped in and be ready for the best game you've ever heard in your entire life.
You're gonna fucking shit your pants.
So, Drew, it is Royal Rumble
I'm
themed.
gonna throw up everywhere.
We're going to go back and forth with these. We each have 5 questions. Drew, why don't you start us off here?
Okay, my friend. Question number 1. Who has the most Rumble eliminations out of these 4 competitors? Hulk Hogan, Randy Orton, John Cena, or Edge?
Okay, so it's between 2 names for me here.
Hulk Hogan and Randy Orton?
No, Hogan and Cena. I will have to say John Cena.
To Cena, I must say no, my brother.
God dang it!
Living in a nightmare.
Struggling like
Interested to hear what the answer is.
so. when I wrote these questions, I had very accurate statistics pulled up from a very good website that I'm now struggling to find. But
no.
I have circled who the answer is, and
Okay.
I trust myself at least with that much.
I do too.
Do know I'm working with that, as I think I've found the right site now again, but it's very detailed. The most eliminations out of that wonderful foursome of talent right there actually belongs to Randy Orton.
Whoa, really?
Randy has more Royal Rumble eliminations than Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and Edge.
Wow.
Really?
I didn't know that at all. That's a great trivia.
I don't know!
Wow, I didn't
Here we
know
go.
that at all.
So to give credit where credit is due,
I'll give credit where credit is due, Gorilla.
I know you love that one. We've got Randy Orton with 29 career eliminations
Oh, wow.
in the Royal Rumble. And credit due, as I mentioned without giving it, to allrumblestats.com,
Oh, okay.
which this site kicks ass for this kind of thing. Very well organized. And you can tell it, they tell you at the top of the page when it was organized.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that.
Oh, man, that one got me. Alrighty, Drew. So, for your question.
I'm
And-
going to match your skills here.
But alright, this one might be a little tough. It's on the tougher side. There have been 8 total men to win the Royal Rumble more than once. Name 3 of the 8 total men.
3 of them boys that have won multiple times. This should be easy for me. I feel like as
Really?
a wrestling watcher, this should be, in my opinion. Now, am I about to nail it? It's very questionable.
I like your confidence for it, though.
I can think of one for sure. I'm just going to shout it out because I'm confident in it, like I'm positive in it. Stone Cold Steve Austin has won the Royal Rumble 3 times, I believe.
That is correct.
Yeah, he's I believe the only 3-time winner.
Yes, holds the record.
Okay. And he did it back to back once, which has only been done a few times as well. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, to get my second one on this list, I believe Shawn Michaels won more than one Royal Rumble.
That is correct.
Okay. So I've got Shawn. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. This shit gets a little tricky here because I have multiple names in my head and I can't remember who all's won it twice. So I want to say,
Give me a hell yeah!
I feel like Cena, Hulk, and I feel like Flair won too. But that doesn't seem right to me for some reason. So, I mean, obviously 92. What's the other one? I don't know why that in my brain clicks. I don't know how many Triple H won. That's one of the things that's holding me back here because I like him as the answer too, I feel like, for some reason. And I don't know any stats about Brock Lesnar, but it would not shock me at all if Brock Lesnar's won the Royal Rumble more than once.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves to. So, guess on the line. I'm going to go with John Cena.
So your final answer total is John Cena, Shawn Michaels, and Stone
Fucking
Cold Steve Austin.
a BAMF, dude. A BAMF. The original BAMF. I can't believe I got that right. So, John Cena's won it twice, right?
Yes, he has. Pretty much nailed them all, to be honest. Hulk Hogan has won it more than once.
I thought so.
Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan was the first one to ever win it back to back.
Okay.
Shawn
Shoulda known
Michaels
that.
winning it back to back as well. Stone Cold winning it back to back. Then after that, then of course winning the third time, like you said, holds the record. And then it goes, Triple H winning it
Damn,
for the
he
second
did.
time. Then John Cena, like you said, winning it for a second time. And then, the next one after that is Randy Orton. Randy Orton won it in 2009 and 2017.
Damn.
Yes, and then the final one was Brock Lesnar.
Wow, I
winning
named
it.
all those people
Yeah, you
in my
nailed them all.
rant.
You
That's
nailed
funny.
them all, bro.
I could have picked anybody that I was thinking.
Winning it in 2003 and 2022. So, oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot a name. Batista won it twice as well.
Damn, I almost.
Once in 2014 and once in 2005. So yeah, buddy. God damn it, I got another shot to
Does
take.
Cody add his name to the list this year?
Very good point.
Drew says no, and Drew's up 2-0. So, Ro,
Gotta take my shot.
Gug. I'll drink one with you on this one, brother. Well, I'll drink beer with you.
Oh, God, I had to take a shot. Alrighty. It's your turn to ask me a question. God damn it. I can't believe I got that fucking wrong.
You motherfucker, you.
All right, my friend. 2 men are tied for the fewest eliminations required to win the Royal Rumble, with only 1 elimination. Who are these 2 men?
With only 1 elimination, there's 2 of them. So I can think of 1.
That's the only reason I didn't ask for only 1 of them. Because I know exactly who you're thinking about.
So Mr. McMahon was the one eliminated Stone Cold.
Eliminated
Steve
Stone
Austin.
Cold and wins the Rumble.
You take me to him. Take me to the son of a bitch. Take me to him. Come on. Go.
Without, I don't think I'm being unfair to the game to say,
No.
yeah, I think you do know that, and I think you might be onto something with that. That's pretty famous wrestling lore right there. That's the only reason I didn't ask for only 1 of these.
Okay.
So, one other wrestler of all time has only had to get into the ring and make 1 elimination to get the victory. Who was that?
Wow, yeah, this is a pretty good question. Fuck.
We need Jeopardy music.
I know. This is a really good one, man. I have no idea. I'm gonna take a random stab in the dark. I would have to assume it's like a somewhat of a heel, I guess. Only 1 elimination.
I do believe you've watched this. Like, I don't think I'm pulling like a.
Okay, yeah.
You have most certainly seen this. You might have watched this multiple times.
Yeah.
It's
Do you think could I have watched this live?
That seems like a bigger clue, but yes.
Which is where I was leaning. I'm gonna
How
guess.
about maybe?
I'm gonna guess Alberto Del Rio. Damn. Dude, I am 0 for 3.
God! I'm pissed now.
That is not the other Royal Rumble winner to only make 1 elimination.
Damn it. All right.
Alberto Del Rio, I can picture it as well. The Santino Morello, or I don't even know if I said his name right, but that guy thinks he's won, and Alberto was still in and dumps him.
Yep.
Unfortunately, if you think back, I haven't done my research here on paper to perfectly tell you, a man by the name of Randy Orton. Well, he's won in 09 and 17, so it has to be one of the 2.
So I'm assuming it's 7.
I'm living in a nightmare.
Yeah, that
God.
is tough. That is tough, my friend.
Oh, man.
You took it like
fuck.
a real chump, though.
Alrighty, well, the next question, it's my turn now, Drew. Royal Rumble themed, think or drink, of course. Oh my god, I'm feeling that one. My question for you, though, Drew.
Hit me.
Triple H versus Cactus Jack for the WWF title at Royal Rumble 2000 at Madison Square Garden was held in what kind of stipulation match?
Shit. So, WrestleMania 2000 is that green logo.
Indeed.
I know who wins at those, and I know what Triple H does there. So why would he have... So, what would he have done with Cactus Jack? At the Rumble?
At Royal Rumble 2000, Madison Square Garden. Versus Cactus Jack.
Is WWE. I wrote. I took notes and I just wrote WWE 2000 as the name of this event. Like, I don't know, just in my head in the video game.
Yeah.
So this was I think PlayStation game.
Yeah, I think so. The WrestleMania.
WrestleMania
one,
2000 was a game.
for sure.
There were several stip matches already available by this point. The first place my head jumps, I see it as either I Quit, which I don't remember Mick Foley in, or Hell in a Cell, which I can remember Triple H in a Hell in a Cell or so. Man, Triple H liked to have like Survivor matches. He liked to do like those kind of things where they were long.
Right.
Man, I picture a cage. I don't have a very good sound on this one, so I
think
will
you'll be mad about this.
I will go. Are there tacks used in this match?
Yes.
I will go Hell in a Cell. Oh,
I am sorry, that is incorrect.
damn. God! What was it?
Triple H versus Cactus Jack. I think this one's gonna bother you, man. At least one of my favorite matches of all time. Royal Rumble 2000 at a street fight.
Just
a street fight.
I don't remember this for some reason.
You nailed it with the tacks. That was the finish. The pedigree on the thumbtacks.
I can picture Mick taking that. Yeah.
Um,
They were all in his beard and shit.
as you take your shots,
Go.
though, Drew, there is a couple, our namesakes in this matchup. Maybe we can play a couple clips from this.
Always.
One of
I'm
the most
always down for that.
famous clips. If you're playing along at home, go ahead and take a drink whenever you hear a look at this. This is the start of the Triple H versus Cactus Jack street fight for the WWF title at Royal Rumble 2000.
To see the WWF to win the title here tonight. Look at this. And the mind games have begun.
Good. Moving on a little bit further into the
I didn't
match.
know that, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
I was just guessing. He does it
Orthodox,
all the time.
unpredictable competitors that you will ever see.
I could guess them off what JR says.
Why don't you just say what he really is? You mean sadistic, so why don't you just say it?
Oh,
Now,
look out, look out. He is
Here's what
sadistic.
we're going to have here.
Look out here. And Triple H tossing a steel chair in the ring.
Unfortunately, it's going to take a lot more than that to
And look at this.
accomplish the demise of Cactus Jack. Oh, look at this. Serves him right, JR. He asked for the... Look at him. He's game. Look at this.
Cactus is getting up.
He's out.
Let's hear that one more time.
Wait, look at him. Look at him.
Chair shot
Look.
right between his eyes.
Look at this.
Serves him right, JR. He asked for the... Look at him. He's game. Look at this.
Cactus is getting up.
He's out.
And came back with a clothesline.
Humanity?
They're going right up to the stands now.
Look at this.
Are
Go.
Cactus Jack and Triple H. They're fighting right through the fans here.
What do
right
I
through
say?
The people.
It's a street fight. They can go anywhere. Look at this. They're back up against those brick walls covered with graffiti.
At the Royal Rumble.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, no.
Oh, look at this.
The two thumbtacks.
Oh, look at this.
But
Two more times.
Just to show you that it is everywhere, continuing from our last episode.
And we have been highlighting King because King is the inspiration, the OG god. I mean, not even OG to be honest, but the bring it into the light type of
For
movement.
sure. For us, at least.
But the truth is, I've been considering doing a look at this of the week.
Oh.
And starting next week, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it with people other than King. Because y'all don't even realize how far it spreads. You
Oh,
want to know
yeah?
who's number 2?
Who?
Number 2 is Chris Jericho. And he only calls a match once every year. And he
really?
fits fucking 17 of them things in.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Oh, he loves it. And his look at this is are very funny. Ever.
You're right. Yeah, he is a
He's a looker.
close one. But All right, it's your turn to ask the question. You already took the shot.
All
but-
right, fine. I lost.
yeah,
I finally.
man.
All right. Question number 3.
Let's go.
Would you take a look at this? Who in Royal Rumble history has come out with the most gimmicks? For the people out there, I'm asking, out of all the actual talent working in the back, who has come out to the Royal Rumble with the most different gimmicks? So, whether that means Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind, whether that means, whoever that might be. Who?
Wow, well, the fact that you said those names make me feel like it's not Mick Foley. Which is where I immediately
I mean,
think.
that's the most obvious person that anyone can think of. So I just thought that would be friendly to throw out as a measurement for the crowd.
For sure. But that's not the answer, right?
I mean, wouldn't that be devious of me if it was?
It would be. Let me think about this for a sec.
Has Mick ever come out as Mick?
Yeah, I'm not really sure on this one, man. This one's tough. I guess I'll just throw out a name here as a random guess. I'll say Chris Jericho.
Stupid idiot.
I mean, kind of. So,
Never.
to throw you out some examples of...
You really threw me with the Mick example.
I thought that would help. I'm sorry. So, first of all, unfortunately, my friend, Chris Jericho is not the correct response.
I'm living in a nightmare.
I'm pissed
So,
now.
most gimmicks in Royal Rumble history. I want you to think about a few names here and then see if I'm going to work you towards it, okay?
Okay.
So, for example, Glenn Jacobs has been Kane, Diesel, and Isaac Yankem.
Okay.
So that's 3. Somebody like Rikishi, I don't know his real name, but he's been Rikishi, Fatu, and the Sultan. Sultan. I'm not good with pronunciation. Mick Foley has actually been Mick Foley when he was the GM.
2004.
He entered the Royal Rumble. So he actually has 4 different gimmicks that he's been in the Royal Rumble with, which by all accounts is not the most gimmicks in history. Because
Come get on the train.
Oh, dude, what? Damn,
Okay.
I was not expecting that. Fuck.
So, Papa Shango, comma, the Supreme Fighting Machine, and the Good Father, and the Godfather.
I count all those. Yeah, you're right, man. Fuck.
That's the most gimmicks in Rumble history. What's his real name? Charles Wright. Thank you.
Charles Wright.
Charles Wright with the
Pimpin'
most
ain't
gimmicks.
easy. Light up a fatty for that pimp daddy.
For the daddy. Roll a fatty for the daddy.
Oh, Trey.
The bounce. You got a real good shoulder bounce, a good pimp bounce. Are there any pimps up in this house? God, what a pop. White people being told they're pimps by a black guy was like the peak.
Light that blood up his ass. Oh, wow, man. Fuck. All right, I gotta take another damn drink, bro. I'm sucking this volume.
You like it? Did you like that one?
Volume of alcohol.
Did you like that one?
Oh, man, bro. Fuck.
I wrote that one myself.
Oh, that's a good one.
I believe that puts
Mine
you
are
up for
so
asking.
easy, dude. All right.
I come through.
What supermodel was ringside and supposed to escort the
Whoa.
winner of the 1995 Royal Rumble match?
Pam Anderson. She's not a supermodel, but it was Pam Anderson that was there. And I'm a big Pam fan. So actually, I'm a big CJ fan. If we're being honest about what I'm into as a man, I'm not even a blonde fan. But let me tell you something. CJ was my hero as a child.
I'm pissed now. I don't know.
There you go. I just cocked the nose. Are you drunk?
But god damn it! All right, man. Well, fuck.
Unfortunately,
Back
so
over to you. I don't think I'm gonna make it to 5 questions.
you totally. That's right in my wheelhouse.
You suck. Yeah,
jackass.
Your turn.
Okay. You've been struggling.
Fuck
I'm going to
yeah.
give you an easy 50-50-50 question.
50-50-50?
Dude.
I don't. So wait.
Split it half
so
and
it's
half.
150 is total percent of the answer I have to get.
Then split that shit.
Then split 150.
Let's work off of more of a 360 degrees perspective, okay?
I don't understand.
I will slap you so hard you end up in the Ming Dynasty.
Yeah, cross the international date line for me here. You ready?
Ready.
Who?
Now I got some questions. I got
Sorry.
some questions and I need some answers.
Right next to it.
Who
Oh, my Tucker ones are
has
right
more cumulative time in the Royal Rumble? Rhea Ripley or Natty? As in Natalia Hart.
You know, I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling on this. Natty has been around and probably in every single women's Rumble match where, you know, Rhea might have missed one, maybe even two. But I do feel like I remember a Rumble match where Rhea did last a good amount of time. So I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley.
No beating around that bush.
Yes, points.
Oh yeah, we're back, baby. Let's fucking go.
Give me a hell yeah.
It's your turn. I got one right
no.
finally.
Hold up. I was going to hit you with the times. Would you like them? It's pretty
Sure,
close.
go ahead.
I
Yes.
love my life.
Because what's interesting is you nailed it with the fact that you were calling Rhea with a long one. She's, I think, set the women's record for it.
I feel like I remember that.
50-something minutes.
That was the Bianca one, right?
Yes. But then at the same time, like you said, Natty's been in the record most amount of Rumbles, which you would think would just add up to enough time to be more than that. And I believe the statistic reads, Rhea Ripley in 3 Royal Rumbles has been in the match longer than Natty at 8 Royal Rumbles.
Combined. Wow.
Yeah. So
Damn.
literally
dude.
on less than 50%
Damn,
of the
son,
time
where'd you-
available has more production. Which,
That's crazy.
so apparently I must be forgetting one, but I bet you Rhea the year before must have lasted like a half hour or something.
Had to have.
Yeah. There's no other answer because the time just doesn't add up. Combined, they're both at almost 2 hours of Rumble time.
Right. Man.
Very, very weird little statistic there, but well played.
Very weird one.
Allow me to reintroduce myself to Masha Gug. That was terrible. Don't let that make.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Let me do something better, okay?
You suck!
All right, Gug. I love you,
Let's
boys.
party, get loud. If you wanna have fun and do something. If you wanna have fun and do something. One more shot for us. Another round.
Attaboy.
Party rock is in the house tonight.
Attago. It's pretty funny.
Attico. Attico.
Attaboy, baby. We're back on track now. Back over to me, right, to ask you a question.
Yes, I gave you a 50-50 and you got it right. Congrats to you, friend.
Well, Drew, throw you a bone. I'll give you a little bit of a 50-50 here.
I don't even know if I want it. I feel like it's going to be a hard 50-50.
You know, back to Mick Foley and his championship matches at Royal Rumble in the past. Mankind versus The Rock for the WWF Championship at Royal Rumble 1999 was contested in an I Quit match, where at one point during the match, Mankind was handcuffed and took an unprecedented amount of unprotected chair shots to the head. Was the amount over or under 12?
That's insane. 12? Man, he hits him a lot. So when you say unprotected, even if they're not to the head, just because of the fact that he's
His
so
hands
while
are behind his
handcuffed.
back. Yeah.
But are they to the bodies and legs?
No, to the head. Directly to the fucking skull.
Fine, your tone makes me think it's over. Okay,
Um,
so here's my moral dilemma then, Ro. I've been watching wrestling a long time. I don't know if I've ever seen in the same match, let alone to the same competitor in that match. Which I've seen this match. I know it ends with the recording from him on Heat saying, "You'll never hear me Rock say, I quit. And they play the recording. I was fucking 10 years old when it happened, and I fucking remember being like, that's not him saying that! That's not him saying that! That was me screaming. This one popped me harder than most matches did for some reason. I was very upset for it. 12 is such a crazy number for you to set. Though your tone makes me believe you want me to say over and that it is over because it's that wild of a chair shot finale. Man, I can remember like 4 or so in a row type of thing. This isn't a fact to me in wrestling. Like, I don't know this. Like, Mick Foley took 20 chair shots to the head that night. I don't know this for a fact. So
you're right.
I'll go over just because of the way you're selling it, and I'm willing to live with the fact if it's 10 chair shots to the head because that sounds more realistic to me. But I'll take over. What you got for me? It's a fucking trick question, of course.
It's under.
Of course it is.
At 11.
Sure thing, buddy. Whatever you say.
11.
You sit over there and you make me feel stupid when you said 12, and I immediately giggled and said, that's not how wrestling works. And he just looked at me and he was like, oh, yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think. Motherfucker. Mind game. He wants to play mind games? I can play mind games. I gave him 50-50 last time. Do you know how many names I have written on this next one?
That was 50-50. But yeah, go ahead and take that Chatsky, man.
I'm just kidding. Of course I will. Here we go with a gug for the people. Okay. How many women have entered the men's Royal Rumble? Bonus points if you can name them.
How many women? Oh, let me think about this one, man, because I hope I get this one right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. So I'm going to say it's a total of 4. And the women the women were China, Beth Phoenix, Karma, and Nia Jax most recently.
Yes, point! Yes, point! Yes, points!
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Those are some points right there, aren't they? What a good pool there, huh, Drew? Are you impressed by that?
Yeah,
Did you think that was easy?
No, I don't think that's easy. I think that's something you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that's easy at all. On a good day, I'll pull 3 of those.
Yeah.
On a bad day, I pull 2 of those.
You couldn't get Karma.
Fuck,
There's
I don't
no
know who
way
that
you
is.
Get Karma. That's Awesome Kong. You know Awesome Kong.
Look at this. So,
my final question.
You get to ask me one more? You going to ask me a bunch of questions? Is that what you want to do?
I mean, I got one here. Just the fact that you were talking about it earlier.
Shit.
A little bit hurts, but.
Uh-oh. So I know it. Uh-oh. I'll pull you up. You want some Eagle Rare?
Might as well,
You sip that Eagle?
I think you're going to get it. So yeah, man, to my final question of Think or Drink of this wonderful Royal Stumble edition. Final question, man, for you. Not very confident in this one. Isn't it so funny? Look at this as
Isn't it ironic?
Lookers, as we call you guys, the fans of the podcast. You may realize
Just a bunch of lookers out there.
You will notice, as this is the 3rd volume, we're not really confident in our questions, are we? The more we get into the game, the less confident we feel. We're always second guessing. But for my final question, Drew. Twice the WWF title was defended in the Royal Rumble match. First in 1992 and again in 2016. Name one of the two who won said Royal Rumble match and walked out with the WWF title.
I think one is a gimme, in my opinion. 2016, on the other hand.
Let me ask you this. Is it because I said the year?
Yes. Dead giveaway for me. Did you say 92?
Yeah.
92 winner? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
We've literally talked about it tonight. Like, that's a very famous one. So, yes, I think that one's a dead giveaway. Where 2016, on the other hand,
It's a recent enough one that I believe we've definitely rewatched together. I will say that.
this is so funny because I know it's wrong, but I just think it's funny to mention. My brain jumped to Undertaker, and I have no idea why.
Funny.
I have no idea why. So we're talking about a title being defended in the Rumble in 2016. Let me ask you a really dumb question. Was Triple H still working? In
Yes.
16? Yeah. Okay. So Triple H is still working. Man. I'll go Brock Lesnar. Just lock it in because I have zero clue who the fuck it is.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's fine. I can't picture this match at all. Perfectly fine.
Oh man, dude. You were so close.
I literally can't picture this match.
You were so
Run me
close.
through it then. Give me start early and let's see if I can catch up.
So, who was walking into this pay-per-view with the WWE Championship was Roman Reigns. And,
Roman is champion.
he was defending
Damn it, it's Randy.
He was defending it at, he had to come in at number 1 as well.
Does he have a vest on?
Yes, this is still Roman Reigns
Shield
vest
or
era. Shield
or
sorta.
Spider?
Spider
I like it.
logo era.
Okay.
Defended it number 1 spot. And Drew, let me just ask you this: who usually has control of, like, you know, who makes people enter the match at number 1 and defend their title in it? It's usually some.
You said who makes people do that, or like who decides that?
Right.
Basically,
Usually kayfabe and kayfabe.
in kayfabe, that would be the general manager or the CEO of the company.
Indeed. And it was, in fact, in a stable called The Authority, which was headed up by Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. And they made Roman Reigns defend the title starting at number 1. And it was somewhat a surprise entrance, but towards the end of the match, Triple H did come out and ended up winning the match.
Wait, shut the fuck up. It was Triple H?
Triple H was the answer.
Shit. Is this his second Rumble
This
win?
is the second Rumble win.
God damn it, dude. I can almost picture that in my mind that, like, he was still. That's why I pictured a run in his. Damn, he's old.
And, buddy, let me tell you this. I think you're going to be even more mad about this fact. So you said it was like a little bit before your time of rewatching.
Yeah. Dude, Triple H is my childhood. Like, I've never
Yes.
seen him as, like, I only know the King of Kings by name.
Right. But that Mania main event was Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the title. And that was, in fact, that Rumble, or that was, in fact, that WrestleMania that you talk about. That was the same day as that Walking Dead premiere. That kind of soured
Shaq
you
was
on.
there.
Yeah, that was that WrestleMania, and that was the headline by. So it's sort of like right there where you're,
Damn.
where you say in your mind that's where what got you back into it.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
God,
so
I'll drink the shot for that
just a
because
fun
I
fact.
legit kind of remember Triple H still being a big deal that year and being like, holy
Triple
shit,
H?
Triple H.
Like what? Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
that's
he
so
wears.
funny.
I remember. So you remember this? To you, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And to me, it's like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, why is he wearing that gold mask?
Yeah. Yeah. The big
Why has he got short hair?
yeah. Right. The shaved
And
hair
you're
is
like,
a big thing.
that's the King of Kings. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, kid. That's the game. And it's all about the game.
It's still real to me, damn it.
That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny.
That
Dude,
is-
great question. Wonderful conversation sparked from it.
Indeed.
really at least popped me. I
For
haven't
sure.
thought about that night in a while, and I was running back and forth.
Yeah.
Guest bedroom to living room. Guest
Right.
bedroom to living room. And eventually I was like, bro, I ain't coming back. Like,
Yeah.
this fucking show's whack and this fucking show rules.
Yeah.
Which one do I still watch?
Exactly, right. That's funny. Well, awesome, man. What a wonderful edition of the Look at This Think or Drink Volume 3 Royal Stumbo.
Everybody in the club get
Let's think or drink. And let's go ahead and
It's
wrap this
pure
up.
heat.
This is a jam-packed episode, guys. We're gonna. I mean, we said it from the top.
The
we said it last
marathon.
week. Yeah, this is the jam-packed episode, and we thank you, of course, for always listening. Let's do a couple plugs and get up on out of here, Drew. Let's get ready for the Rumble, man. It's only a couple days away. Are you excited?
I'm fucking fired up. Listen,
do
if
it.
you want a little extra edition of some Royal Rumble, we'll probably have the whole card available for you on Patreon,
Right.
where you can check us out at Look at This Pod on Patreon. Is that right?
Yeah, no, you're nailing
Look at
it.
This Pod on Patreon and Instagram. But until then, please give us a look on YouTube, a little like and subscribe there.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all your big hitters.
asshole!
Give us a little like right there and follow us if you haven't already.
Yes, please. Wherever you're listening to us right now, whether that be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and of
Apple.
course, like Drew was saying, it's
Never
sort of-
too late to join the Patreon.
no, it's never too late.
Get in on some of that fun, y'all. We got some exclusive merch maybe coming through the line.
Yeah, that's where you can directly support the podcast. That's where a little bit, like Drew was saying, for the Big Four pay-per-views, myself, I'll do a little bit of a cooking video for you guys. That's where we do the cooking video and the signature cocktail that we drink as we're watching the shows. It's usually somewhat themed to the event, so it's a whole lot of fun. If you're very interested in that, please check us out. You can directly support the podcast. It's only $2 a month. You get a bonus episode every single week, and it really helps us out. It makes us feel good. It keeps the lights on over here. And like Drew was saying, we do have a YouTube
Don't
channel
turn the
now.
lights on.
We're getting there, guys. So if you're more of YouTube people and you're on there a lot, go ahead and subscribe to our channel at Look at This Pod on YouTube. You know, we got full videos there of the podcast, and we also released a couple bit of shorts. They've been blowing up a little bit, if I do say so myself, Drew. On Instagram, that's where you can
You're
find.
missing out if you ain't seeing them.
Yeah, see our
I'll say
shorts.
that
They're
myself.
big previews and fun clips of the podcast. You can see those on the Instagram at Look at This Pod, or on the YouTube channel, like I was saying. And one thing that I ought to be pushing for you guys is to please just share us with someone. If you know someone that is a wrestling fan, or if you know someone that maybe was a wrestling fan, back in the day, we're sort of that generation of fans as well. We sort of try to cater to a little bit of everyone here. If you know someone that you think would enjoy us over at Look at This Podcast, then please share it to them, and they can join us and join us as we grow here.
What we're saying is, you should look at this.
Yeah, and of
you
course,
should tell somebody to look at this, and they should look at this.
for sure. And if you're already on the Patreon, if you're a producer of the podcast, if you're a Kevin Feige of us, we thank you.
Or a Mikey Clark.
Yeah, or a Mikey Clark. We thank you so much for
He
listening.
doesn't know who that is.
We thank you so much for listening to us.
Frank, that one's for you. Sorry. Individual shout out to my homie. I just went home, sorry.
I'm gonna cut the
You
cut
can do
this
whatever
a
you want.
little bit because I don't know
You
if
do
you
whatever you
remember
want. You're going to
or
be listening
not.
a lot. Do I shout him out too often?
No. And if you're listening over on the Patreon,
Stop! I'm going to need you to never listen. And look at this.
Oh, would you look at that?
yeah, we thank you guys as always. The
Oh,
producers,
yeah.
Drew, is there anything you want to say to these people before we get up on a here? It's been a long podcast. We love you guys so much.
2 eyes, 1 mouth means I should see twice as much as I talk. So I'm going to step back, shut my mouth, and look at this. But until the next
would
time,
you
my friends,
look at that?
I love y'all so much. Sarate. and be okay.
Sarate.
Goodbye.
Point.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Point to the sign.
I'm pointing.
What an awesome episode, man.
WrestleMania, here I come.